Highlighting our heroes, WIFR's Aaron Wilson and Tyler Walkup joined hundreds of veterans Tuesday as the VetsRoll trip reached its destination, its primary one, that being our nation's capital.
Throughout the day, veterans visited several historic landmarks, including the World War II, Vietnam, and Korean War memorials. The group also toured Arlington National Cemetery and witnessed the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier ceremony.
Among those making the trip was Boone County Fair board member and Army veteran Lyle Lee. Lee served as an infantryman during the Vietnam War before re-enlisting and later serving as a cook in California. Lee says standing among so much history made the journey especially meaningful as veterans reflect on the sacrifices made by service members across generations.
I'm looking forward to the rest of this trip because it's just been so intense that, and I get choked up even talking about it because it just brings back so much. And to honor our country, I served our country. I didn't serve me, I served for our country,